and this is just a mixtape.
Hey. The moral of the story is the glory.
You need Jesus.
Converting from Islam to following the way, to following Jesus, was the best decision I've ever made in my life. And my experience in Islam wasn't a terrible one. I grew up really believing that this religion was beautiful. I've met so many different beautiful people from all different cultures and countries, and also learned a lot from me being Senegalese, and my grandfather and my stepdad and my grandmother all teaching me, my aunts, uncles all teaching me this culture. But as I grew up and had these questions, and I was really challenging the Islamic authority, I wasn't getting answered. I was getting chastised, and I was getting bombarded with, like, you shouldn't be thinking like this. So when I decided to leave Islam, I knew for a fact that I did not want to go into another religion to where I felt the traditions meant more than what actually is the religion teaching. I didn't want to go into another religion to feel like I had to compromise what's wrong based off of how I feel about it. I didn't want to go into a religion to where I felt like I couldn't go to an elder who had more understanding of something and feel like I couldn't ask a question because I might get deterred away from it. So I was very skeptical about that. And for the first couple of months when I was dibbling and dabbling in all these different practices and different religions, and I was seeing that same thing. I was seeing the traditions. I was seeing that these religions all basically was saying one thing or agreeing upon one thing, but so many differences, so many discrepancies, and it just wasn't making any sense to me. But when God revealed his son Jesus to me, I honestly, it was the most beautiful thing, because it stopped being about experiences. It stopped being about how something was making me feel. It stopped being about all those things that pulls on your heartstrings, and then it started to be about absolute truth. And when you come into Christ, and when you come to know Jesus, and when you come to follow the way, it opens your eyes up, and the scales start to fall off, when, like the Apostle Paul, when he was blind, and then the scales fall off so he can finally see the truth. That's exactly how I felt. I couldn't watch TV the same. I couldn't read the newspaper. I couldn't watch the news. I couldn't hear certain things. I couldn't live in reality without seeing the absolute truth from the Bible. And I wrestled with that, because I spent so many years as being a Muslim of hearing this contradictory statement of, we believe in the Bible, but we don't believe in the Bible. Or we believe in Jesus, but we don't believe in Jesus. So it was wrestling. So when you're coming to see the truth, and you're trying to fight the truth, like I was trying to fight it when I came to know Jesus. I was trying to find anything that contradicts anything in the Bible. I was trying to find it. I was watching all these YouTube videos. I was doing everything, because the reality of it is that I was seeing way too much clarity. And when you receive clarity and you have not had it before, it's breathtaking. It's shocking. Right? It leaves you in awe. Like, wait a minute, this is how clear it has been, or this is how obvious it's been. It's been right in front of my face, and I've been avoidant of it this entire time, and it's been right here. And this is what the Bible tells us, and now it's become so much more easier and so much more tasteful to hear these truths, because I've accepted the way. I've accepted Jesus. I've put my faith in everything that I love into following the way. And I mean it. Like you absolutely cannot, once those scales fall off of your eyes, you cannot fixate on anything else. Nothing. You're fixated on Jesus. And I fought it because I felt God wanted me to evangelize. I felt God wanted me to preach his word. I felt God wanted me to tell my testimony, and I wasn't ready for that. I felt like I wasn't Christian enough. I felt like I wasn't perfect enough. I felt like I'm just a beginner. I can't go out here and share my word because I don't want to be chastised before those Christians who claim to know the whole Bible and can recite scripture, and they're going to tear me apart. And it was fear, and it was the adversary trying to plant this seed of doubt in my mind, like you don't even know what you're following. But it just took God's reassurance and his nurturance and his mercy and his grace and his patience to continue to mold me into this Christian who's on fire and not lukewarm in where he stands. I know it's real because it's in, like I said before, it's in everything that I involve myself in. Jesus, in following the way, has taught me how to be a better man, potentially teaching me how to be a better father, a better husband, a better son, a better leader, a better servant, a better friend, a better in everything that I do. And all I want to do is share that gospel and evangelize and really go out here and to put my faith